I heard the AT&T CEO of AT&T talk about how they have an interview process that requires at least one candidate to be a kind of out-of-the-box candidate where there's a reliance on their life experiences in terms of some hurdle or challenge they've overcome. And I just think that sometimes during the recruitment process, there is a reverting to comfort zones, certain schools, certain backgrounds, and it creates blind spots with respect to inclusion. And so to me, it's just a matter of broadening the definition of what qualifications means, placing greater importance on life experiences, particularly diverse life experiences, diverse points of view, and I think opening up the process more. That will, I think, lead to greater and better outcomes with respect to gender and ethnic diversity.
Is this issue personal to you?
It is, because I represent the SIAC. It's an HBCU conference with 14 institutions, and one of the things I'm most proud of is how our league has really been in the forefront of inclusion. We're the first to do a deal with the NBA Player Association involving creating coaching pipelines. One of the first leagues to do a partnership, officiating diversity inclusion partnership with the NFL. We're the first league to provide officials, female officials, opportunities to work a football game. So, but what's frustrating for me is that even though HBCUs make up only 5% of the 1,100 NCAA institutions, we provide about over half of the ADs, over half of the football coaches. The lion's share of the minority professionals work at HBCUs, and our stakeholders are just not being given the opportunities. So it's personal, because I think that we're not getting enough credit on the one hand for doing the lion's share of the heavy lifting on the inclusion side, but also it's frustrating that I'm not sure we're getting a lot of assistance from other folks outside of the HBCU community to help advance that, move the needle in that regard.
How about in terms of what role sports plays in trying to improve diversity and inclusion?
Sports is one of the few cultural phenomenon where people can unite, right? I mean, politics is something that captures the imagination, but we live in a very polarized time. But sports is, if you live in Pittsburgh or you live in, Philadelphia or you live in New York, then generally speaking, people can, find common ground around, sports. And I think that common ground and that attention that sports gets has been used throughout history to raise awareness of certain issues. We talk about, Jesse Owens doing the Olympics. His performance, setting, I think, 4 world records in one day, was a rebuke by his performance of what Nazi Germany represented at that time. Jackie Robinson and Branch Rickey working in partnership to, with baseball, leveraging baseball to advance the discussion around inclusion. Muhammad Ali, using boxing as a platform to raise important questions about, U.S. foreign policy in Southeast Asia. And most recently, our partner, Nike, in partnering with Colin Kaepernick, using sports as a platform to raise awareness of free speech and police brutality. So I think sports is uniquely and singularly a very unique platform to move the culture, move society forward in a positive way.